is Desiree Daily. I've been like super AWOL on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I've just been so busy. Like, my regular full-time job has been annoying. Like, it's been annoying me to no end. My boss has, I swear he's saying, guys, please quit, please quit. He's just been having us do little shit that just really don't make no sense. So I've been busy with that stuff. Any free time I've had, I've been focusing towards my own business, because guys, I ain't playing. I'm over working for this guy. Like, he sucks. Everything is about profit, and he tries to sell some things like, oh, we're getting money from this. Well, not really, because you cut our commission. So what are we getting out of this? Nothing. You're getting money out of this. So we gonna see. We gonna see. But I think today's video, it's gonna be a story time. I'm gonna go over all the jobs that I had, like starting from like number 1 when I was 17. I'm gonna go over all my jobs, and I'm gonna go over the experiences I had with each. So, like promised, I am going to tell you guys, I'm gonna tell you guys about my job experiences. So, first job. This was senior year of high school. I was 17 and I was working at this place called Crystals. If you don't know what Crystals is, it's like a knockoff version of White Castle in the South. I think it's only in the South. I'm not really sure, but White Castle is way better. But it's basically that. You cook these little square hamburgers or whatever. A lot of mini food. So, that job was messy. There were a lot of people who were like in their 20, 21, 22, 23. And they were just really drama. Everyone was like intertwined with everyone. So it was just like a lot of drama. Everyone knew each other's business. It was just a bunch of older, bitter people. I won't say I got into a bunch of mess there, but I did make some not so good decisions. I don't even think my parents know this. They're probably gonna be watching, so it's gonna be news to you. But when I was 17, I was actually dating a 25-year-old who worked there, who worked at Crystals. And he had an apartment that was down the street. And we didn't really ever do anything or anything. Like, we didn't have sex, nothing like that. But I used to go over to his house after work or before work, and we used to just hang out and all this other stuff. And we probably dated for like a month or two. We dated up until I got fired, and then like freaking left. But it's funny, like, I got fired because literally one of my managers had it out for me. I don't know why. I think he was fucking this other cashier who was the ex-boyfriend of the guy that I was seeing at the time, who was 25. Does that make sense? So, okay, so I was dating a 25-year-old guy. He had an ex-girlfriend who was also a cashier at Crystals. It was her and her best friend who worked there. I think his ex was fucking the manager and got him to get me fired. Because basically, and how he got me fired is my cash register would come up short. And it only came up short when I was working under him. That's it. It never came up short any other time. You know how I am with money. I don't play. So, but it got me fired. I was just like, whatever. I was sad at the time because, like, I lost my first job. I was happy to be out that bitch because I hated working there. But I was out. And I remember I cried. It was a big emotional event. I called my mom. She was like, don't worry about it. It's just your first job. So I got over it. I was cool. I was done with that. Maybe a year later, because it was a minute before I got another job after that one. Maybe like a year later, I started working at this place called Pita Pit. Google it. It's like a sandwich shop. Like, instead of using like regular bread, they use pitas. It's really good. If you haven't been, there's one in your area, definitely go. I'm down for it. Go Pita Pit. So I worked there. That was my first fun job. I liked working there a lot because initially not so much because I didn't know anyone, but everyone I worked with also went to my school because Pita Pit was structurally, it was attached to the college I went to, but they were basically just right next to each other. You couldn't like get to Pita Pit by going inside of my school or anything like that. They were just attached from the outside. And that was cool because everyone I worked with, I went to school with, and they were like all my friends. So like we're the reason why that place closed down. They didn't have no money, they weren't making enough sales, and I really do blame the staff. Like, we were horrible. We were no good. Like, we let our friends come in, buy a bag of chips for $1 and get a full meal. Like, we were completely screwing these people. But there were never any managers there. You guys were never there, so we just did whatever. I remember, I used to look forward to working with this one guy named Antonio, and It used to be so funny. All we would do is talk shit about people. I miss hanging out with him because we used to have laughs. You would like him a lot. He was funny. He was funny. And we used to just fuck around. Like, we would get all our shit done, but we would always just be fucking around, like, not doing what we were supposed to do until, like, the very last minute. And, like, at the end of the night, we'd be blasting music and cleaning up. Like, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And there's only two people there. It's like a Subway or something. They don't keep a bunch of people in a sandwich shop. Generally be you and someone else. So yeah, that was that job. That was cool. I remember I quit that job. I quit right before they were closing because I got another job. And we'll get into that one now. So I quit that job for my airport job. Okay, so in the airport, I was basically working what's called a DFA. And it's in the international section, and it's basically a tax-free store for people who are going outside the country. So they can get like a bunch of stuff tax-free, like watches, jewelry, perfume, purses, alcohol, cigars, chocolate. What else they have there? Just nail polish, makeup, like just a big store full of a lot of stuff that costs too much, basically. So I worked there, and that was cool. I was getting like, let me see, I was getting like $8.50. No, was it? Yeah, I was getting like $8.50 there. I thought I was doing good too, because at Peter Pan I was only getting $7.50, so it was a full dollar raise. Like, oh, I skipped a job. I lied to you guys. I did not quit Peter Pit for the airport. I quit Peter Pit for GameStop. So I was at Peter Pit in November. GameStop had come to our school and was like offering out seasonal jobs. So I got that. And then I worked at GameStop for like a month and a half. Literally the most boring job I've ever had in my fucking life. If you're looking for a job, don't look at GameStop. There's no point. You're literally going to kill yourself with the amount of boredom you have and the lack of hours you can get. You can't get hours there. It's a little ass game store. And literally when you're new, the only thing they will let you do is organize the games. That's it. They won't let you do nothing else but organize the games. There are only so many games you can organize. So really you're just sitting there trying to pretend to be busy when you're not. So that job is annoying. That job is really annoying because I like to keep myself busy. So when I got a job where there's nothing to do, like, time goes by incredibly slow. So after basically the Christmas time was over, I quit that job for working at the airport. Started working at the airport, which is cool. The people there were cool. I will say that I had a lot of fun at the airport. The people I work with, we had a lot of laughs, bruh. Getting through the day was, I wouldn't say it was easy. It was still long. It's long days. But it was a lot of fun. Like, we'd be laughing all day. Because it would be, so basically you'd have the main store, and then there are 3 stores that broke off of those stores. It was a Mont Blanc store. It was a Swatch store. Swatches are Switzerland watches. They're like rubber watches. A lot of kids like them. Or like athletes. The Mont Blanc, that's like these crazy expensive pens. You should go look them up. The prices, like, they got me fucked up. They're ridiculous. Like a pen for like $700 at the least. Like, they're very expensive. And then the store in between those two was a Ray-Ban store. And we used to all just be talking, because I was in the section where it was like jewelry and like purses and stuff. And it was cool. I ended up making a good friend there. We're not friends no more. But her name was Atara, because we also went to school together. So we used to fuck with each other hard, which was cool. I remember, though, I had this one manager. God, she was such a bitch. Like, it's like she had it out for me. Like, specifically, because when I work somewhere, I don't buddy up with my managers. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not about to kiss your ass. I'm not about to do all that. But everyone else would do that to her. People be trying to be her friend and laugh with her. Like, I'm not laughing with you. You're not funny. I don't care. I'm here to work, get my money, and leave. So she used to always, like, and I used to always be doing something. I'd always be like putting stuff together. If I wasn't doing nothing, it's because it was already done. But she used to always just try to get on my ass. Like, oh, can you go do this? Can you go do this? Can you go do this? There'll be niggas literally just standing there not doing anything. But she's asking me because she hated me, which is fine. She was just a bitter old lady, so she can just go kick rocks. But yeah, she was something else. I did have another manager, though, who I liked a whole lot. She was really nice. And I liked her a lot because when you worked at that store, you would take any opportunity you could to get the fuck out. Like, it kind of felt like a prison. Like, you just kind of want to walk around the airport and kind of just, like, be free. So every time she had lunch, I'd be like, well, let me go pick up your lunch. Because I'm trying to go, like, because she used to get lunch at some place I was, like, 3 terminals down. So I'd be nowhere near work. And then I could just waste a bunch of time. It was the best. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I didn't keep contact with any of the people I work with there. I'm not good at keeping contact with people because I don't keep contact with any people from our institute either. I just kind of let them all fizzle out and die. But I mean, if you part of my life, you are. If you aren't, you aren't. It kind of is what it is. Let me think. After that, so I was doing that job for maybe 6 months. So this is from December. So let me give a little quick timeline. So from about May of 2013 to May 2013 till November of 2013, I was working at Pita Pit. In November, so from November to December, I quit and went to GameStop. At the end of December, I quit GameStop, went to the airport, worked at the airport for about 6 months, up until about May. I guess it's like 5 months, up until May. And that's when I quit that job because I got a job at Stone Mountain. They were paying me 25 cents less, but it was closer to home because I lived at home now. So before I was like in the city, so getting to the airport was easy, to whereas now I was like out on the East Coast in Conyers, and it just didn't make any sense to be making that commute. So I got a sister at Stone Mountain through my sister. So I ended up doing that. Got with Brian. It's so funny. I got with Brian, and he used to have a more. Our days never matched up, like, cause he was in school and he was also working, and like it was a beginning relationship, and I always wanted to hang out with him, but I was always working, and the hours were so inconvenient. Like it was always during like the prime time of day, and I was just like, after a while, I was just like, I don't want to go, so I just didn't. Like one day, I just stopped going. They're like, hey, what's going on? I made up this big lie, and even to this day, it's been like 2 years. I'm still on a leave of absence at Stone Mountain. So I mean, if you guys want your stuff, hit me back up. I have no problem giving it back. I still have it. Name tag included, but I'm still on leave of absence. I still get emails from them talking about things that are happening. Like they really think I work there, which is interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, so after I stopped doing that, I started babysitting. So I started working for myself. I started babysitting because I really wanted to choose my hours. I wanted to choose when I was going to work, when I wasn't. I really didn't want to work too much. So I did babysitting. I did babysitting from 2 to 4 each day with 2 kids, Leo and Caroline. They were 4 and 7. Okay, so I would do that every day after school, and that was cool. I was making, I think like $10 an hour, 10 or 12. I can't remember. I was bringing home like $480 a month though, whatever that math is. I was bringing home like $480 a month, which I mean it's not bad for only working 2 hours a day. So it was what it was. Brian had a full-time job. Well, not in the beginning, but he was looking for a job. By the time he had a full-time job, it wasn't really needed to do much more. Now me, luckily, I'm the type of person to where I don't like to settle with what I have. I like to always get more money. We can do better. Let's keep growing, stuff like that. So with the babysitting job, I also took on dog walking and dog sitting. So I was also walking 3 dogs and babysitting. So I would walk the 3 dogs in the morning, and then I would babysit. And then sometimes I would dog sit one of the ladies, 2 of these ladies' dogs that she had, as well as clean her house sometimes. Like I was doing anything. Like it didn't matter. I just really wanted to make more money, bring more money into the household, because I felt like I was slacking. Like I felt like Brian was bringing in all the money. He was paying all the bills, and I wasn't doing nothing. So, and that was like on and off in college, but it didn't matter. Like I just didn't feel like I was providing enough to the household financially. So I was doing that. So I did that up until, so this is the summer. So in the summertime, I was working for Stone Mountain. And then after the summertime stopped, I started basically before August, before the school year started up, I got into babysitting. I did babysitting for an entire year. All 2014, I did babysitting. And then I did babysitting all the way up until that next summer. And then that family, I stopped babysitting for that family. At that point, I went to another family, someone who was closer to where we live now. And they were really nice. It was 2 older kids, so I really didn't have to do anything. That job was easy. I literally sat there and did homework all day on my laptop. Like they were just doing whatever because they were so old. She was like, I was like 11 and 13. Like they weren't kids, but the parents wanted someone to kind of be there in the house, an adult, just be around them, like just in case something happened. So that was easy, and I worked for them for about 4 months up until November. At that point, though, at Brian's job, they had an account manager who had walked out on them. Like, he left for lunch one day and just never came back. So the CEO was super desperate. He's a desperate little bitch. And he hit Brian up. Well, Jared hit you up? How'd that go? I think Jared hit you up saying, hey, Matt wants to offer Desiree a job. And then so then he was like, have her come to the office tomorrow. So, and that was like on some random Sunday. Like, me and Brian were sitting here like, he's trying to offer me a job right now? Like, we were completely blown. I have no experience, no nothing. I've been sitting here babysitting and dog walking. And I think he offered it to me because he would see me in the office. I'd be in the office every day because after getting off work, I would just go to Brian's job and just kind of hang out there up until it was just done with. So it was just kind of crazy. So then I started working there. It was so messy because when I first started working there, the first week or two of me working there, I was only coming after my other job, so I wouldn't even get to the office until like 3 o'clock anyway, because I was babysitting those kids and I was dog walking. And like, over the course of 2 weeks, I had to kind of quit that stuff and basically be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. Like, the family that I had to quit, I felt so bad because it's hard to find a babysitter in the middle of the year. It's very hard. So I felt bad for inconveniencing them. But at the end of the day, I got to get my money just like they getting theirs. So it was okay, man. And I have been here ever since. That is where I've been. Now the plan is to get the fuck out of here. You guys, you will see me at this job for now. I can't wait. You guys wait until, I'm not even going to go into detail about what I'm doing or how I'm trying to get it or anything like that. It's not important. But know that my most lit video on this channel will be the day, and the title will be, I quit my job. And it is going to be so lit. Like, y'all don't even know. I'm probably going to get completely drunk that night. I'm going to be so happy. You guys are going to see. But yeah, that's my job history. I guess I didn't have that many. I'm about to be 23 in March. I'm 22 now. Yeah, that's a decent amount of jobs. I feel like going through jobs quickly. I feel like people have longer lists though sometimes. But yeah, those are basically the jobs I had. I'm happy I was able to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this story time of my job history. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like this channel, please subscribe. I post when I post. I'm not gonna say daily because I've been slacking on it, but I post when I post. So yes, please subscribe and I will post some more. And I will see you guys for the next video. Bye. Okay.